DJ Tygga Ty in the mix.
All right, so let's get into this interview because I've read a lot about you from your, I believe it's your publicist, and from just like reading some of the things, like some of the bullet points, some of the background behind you, I really have a lot of questions, man.
All right, let's get it.
All right.
Yeah, let's get it.
First and foremost, right? You're a police officer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Police officer.
Since what, it was 2015, I believe they said?
2015. Yep, 2015. I became a police officer. I've been in multiple districts. I was on like a gang unit type, drug, high violence type unit for a while. Now I'm in the school resource. So I work in the schools now.
Okay. So what made you get into the law enforcement area?
And it was actually, I had a bad experience with the Buffalo Police. I was, at this time, I was working probably with Say Yes Buffalo. It's a non-for-profit where every person that graduates from a Buffalo public school would get a free education and a SUNY education. I was one of the directors for them. And, probably, was driving a nice car. I had a Cadillac truck at the time. And I was pulled over for talking on the phone. And when they pulled me over, I was like, cool, I was talking on the phone, you got me, And basically what happened after that, a gentleman walked up to my car and like basically said to the other officer, hey, yeah, I know him. I'm like, oh, good. I'm very active in the community. I sing a lot of places. Like I know me and the mayor text each other. So like, Like I know a lot of people. So I'm like, okay, good. He knows that I do things in the community, philanthropist, all that type of stuff. No, he was saying I was a drug dealer. So, they went on to do about $5,000 of damage to my truck, broke out all my vents, took out my middle console looking for drugs, put a dog in my car, scratched up all my leather, put mud everywhere. The dog bit me on the butt, trying to sniff for drugs. And then they proceeded to actually strip search me in a corner store because I really didn't know my rights at the time. That, once I say, yeah, you can search me, I don't have nothing on me, they could search me. You know what I mean? And they searched me in a corner store bathroom, strip search me, And after that, man, I was just like, you know what? I want to be somebody that brings change to this situation, be somebody that could shed light on a lot of the corruption that this job brings.
Got you. Now, being a police officer and working from the drug scene to now with the kids, what do you see on a positive scale, like when it comes down to kids that are being able to have a conversation with you, because like you've experienced something like that? Have you had kids come to you and say, hey, this is going on, how do I handle this situation? Or is it more so like you just kind of there just to kind of do your job, monitor them, and they kind of do what they do? And how does that work with that?
No, everything for me is interaction. You know what I'm saying? So I make it my business to engage every kid I can, because I understand that, if I can break down those barriers or those stereotypical things that they believe that we are as police officers, I can just reach, just this one, just that. And I'm trying to do that every single day, engaging, trying to break down those walls and those barriers every single time I'm in the school. So, like a lot of the kids, even if they got to call me Mo, I'm like, listen, it don't bother me that you don't call me Mr. Badger or Officer Badger. You can call me Mo, just as long as we know we have that relationship. And when, it's just like, when you had that teacher that you cared about, you know what I mean? Because they went the extra mile to show that they really cared about you. One thing I always say is nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's always just trying to show these kids that, man, I love y'all, man. I'm not here to go against you. Now, that doesn't mean that I want to arrest you. That doesn't mean that, you won't get in trouble if you do something crazy. But, my objective is to build a relationship with you first.
Got you. So you spoke a little bit about, the name part, because I was about to get to that part. Like, okay, so these people now know that you sing, right? So how do you put that wall of, okay, this is business time, this is personal time, or okay, this is when I'm a singer, actor, versus, okay, now I'm on duty as a cop? Because I'm pretty sure people are like, oh, that's the cop that sings. And how do you kind of address that when it happens versus them calling you officer at the right time versus Mo, when you're kind of on duty?
I mean, for me, I'm Mo, I'm singer, I'm minister, I'm actor, I'm father, I'm son, all those things go together. And, so for me, the only thing I ask is that you give me the same respect that I would give you. And, I give out that respect. So I expect to be reciprocated, so like for me, that it's not a hard time, like saying, okay, I got to switch my mindset from I'm the singer now to now I got to be serious. No, that's just all me. You know what I mean? Like when you're a father, you can still have fun with your kids, but if your kids, misbehave, you're going to put them on punishment and be mad in the next 30 seconds. But it still doesn't change the love that you have for them or, that you care for them. It's all, I always just try to be, myself, regardless how that comes out.
Got you. I read about you singing the national anthem at the Buffalo Bills game.
Yes, sir.
All right. So 2 questions for that. One, how did you prepare for that? Because I've seen a lot of people try to sing the national anthem and they stumble on it, they forget the words, or stage fright. How did you prepare for that moment in your career?
Well, I mean, for me, I've been doing national anthems for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, I'll be honest with you. I get more nervous. If you ask me to sing right now and I had to do it right now, I would get so nervous, like sweaty. When I'm singing in front of 70,000 people, I don't see nobody. I'm just singing, but I get more nervous somebody walking up to me in the crowd, like, and this happens like every day now. Like I'm driving by and somebody just pulled up to me not too long ago, rolled down the window, sing me a song. Like I get more nervous doing that than, singing in front of 70,000 people, to be honest with you.
Got you. Now, you're supposed to be on a TV show, right?
I'm on the Amazing Race currently. Well, we got eliminated, but yeah, I was on the Amazing Race. Yes.
Wow. Okay, so you got to explain to me what this show is about and how did that happen? How did this opportunity present itself? Okay, so
I don't know how much you know about me and my partner, Michael Norwood, who's also a police officer. He's a really big guy. He's about 6'5", 280, all muscle. So that's my partner. And we wind up going viral 3 years ago because we were singing in a salsaritas. And it went viral. Ellen wind up seeing it. We went on the Ellen show. So after we went on the Ellen show, TV shows just begin to call. So it was kind of like, it was a blessing because we kind of got to choose what TV show we went on. And The Amazing Race was the show we chose at that time. And I mean, it was just an amazing experience. We got to see so many countries in Europe, go, travel and take private jets. It was just amazing. So yeah, that's kind of like, people like will ask, how do you get on Ellen? How do you get on The Amazing Race? How do you get on Inside Edition? How do you get on all these shows that we've done? I'm like, I wish I could tell you. I could make a lot of money if I could show people how to do it.
Right.
Hey man, $5,000, I'll show you how to get on Ellen. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it doesn't work like that. I just, I really just, just give a lot of glory to God and, my faith beliefs that, I think you do the right thing and treat people right and good things come back to you.
Okay. So in regards to these shows, right? And you were absorbing this, the benefits of going viral, right? How did it work on I'm gonna say the financial aspect of it? Because I know a lot of people say, I've done a lot of things in my career for free just because of the opportunity, seeing the bigger picture. So like, was it one of those situations, or was it kind of like they were calling and then you had a manager in place and was like, hey, listen, we need this much to show up? Like, how did you kind of handle that part?
Yeah, they were just calling, like we kind of just handled the stuff ourselves. We didn't have a manager in place. We just like, hey, oh, okay, you got this, but we got this, sitting over here too. We got another couple other calls. Let's see, what works better for us. And they, at that time, they were very patient with us and just let us choose what we wanted to do. But, like even now I have, TV shows that are emailing me now. And, it's just like, okay, now that we're out of this contract, kind of once the TV show goes off, what's the next thing? So it's been really a cool ride, man. Like if somebody would told me at the beginning of becoming a police officer that, you know, I would sing more now than ever. And I literally traveled the world singing for 5 years. That was my main job. For 5 years, I did gospel music. And now I probably sing more now than then.
So which one do you like more? Do you like singing more or acting more or the police work more?
Man, you know what? I love acting, bro. Like acting is like, I believe that's my thing, but there's just not a lot of opportunity to do it in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I love to act. I love, to do shows. I did a traveling, like a Tyler Perry type show, probably like 15 years ago. I did that for a summer. Just love it, man. I love the interaction. I love, making people laugh, cry, all these different array of emotions. I love, bringing those out of people. So, I mean, I love that. But I mean, if I had to choose one, I would say singing, but I think I'm a better actor than singer. Yeah. I don't think I'm a great singer. I think I'm an okay singer that just, try to utilize, to the best of my abilities, the gifts that I have. But I'm a way better actor than singer, for sure.
Got you. Now let's talk a little bit about balance. Like I feel in regards to the universe and you know how they got all these megaverse and all these different stuff coming out now. I feel energy, right? And I would say opportunity. I would also say priorities all come into place in all of our lives. Correct? Can you agree with that?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, your father, right? What I've read.
4.
A 4. I'm at 4 too. I'm at 4
oh,
too.
Sweet, man.
Right.
Well, you got to beat me now.
So, how do you take that switch, right? The light switch. It's like a light switch, and it goes from okay, I'm a dad. That's most of the time people say that's their priority, right?
Yeah.
Then it's okay, maybe I'm a singer. Then after that's actor. Then it's police officer. Or it might be in a different right. Pattern, right? How do you turn that light switch off for the other 3 to focus strictly on being a dad? Like, how do you balance that out?
It's a struggle. I don't know if it's like that for you, but it's a struggle for me sometimes. To be, kind of a lot of the things, a lot of hats that I hold, it's a struggle to be able to, kind of manipulate it and be like, okay, I'm just focused on the kids right now. And my kids will tell me like, Dad, be here right now, stop looking at your phone. Dad, we're at dinner, you know what I mean? But like, I mean, besides, what I do as my job, which is a very important job, I believe. And then what I have going on outside with the job, I'm also a minister and a worship pastor at my church. So I'm getting pulled from a lot of different angles, but a lot of times it's a simple thing of just putting your phone on do not disturb, like I did for this Zoom meeting. You just gotta do it and give them that time. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I mean, like you said, that's our main priority as a father to give a good lineage and help build good people. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. So do you ever find yourself using some of the skill sets of the other parts of your life in being a father, or sometimes, let's say, other parts of your life, being a singer from let's say from the church or even an actor side of things while being a dad? Do you ever find yourself kind of using the different tactics?
Oh, yeah. Like I'll give you a circumstance when I was working, right? So I was working and we had got into, it was a shots fired. Me and my partner are there. And, all of a sudden we pull up on the scene. It winds up, the shots were fired. We thought it was over. So we kind of just parked at the corner and was just talking. The person started shooting again. So we immediately jump out of the car, not thinking, just running towards the shots. Where's it at? So while we're running towards the shots, about 20 people started running towards us. So we don't know whether they have the gun or not. So of course we make everybody stop, go onto the sidewalk and sit down. And we're like, we don't know what's going on. Some of them got a little, unruly. They actually tried to start fighting us. So during this time, a young man runs up with like a big old butcher knife. So, if you look at probable cause to shoot somebody, it's probable cause to shoot somebody if they have a knife at you, right? So this young man is running up with the knife. And I said, put down the gun. I mean, put down the knife, put down the knife. And I'm yelling it. And then, all of a sudden I put on my dad voice. I was like, you better put down that knife right now. And all of a sudden he dropped it, you know, and it's just those little things. Like my mom can say something over and over again in our household, but when dad says, y'all go clean that kitchen, hey, get up, you know, so that's the same thing. You know, I don't have to curse. I don't have to use profanity. I don't have to disrespect people. But when I put on my dad voice, people tend to listen, you know,
So contracts about to be to the point where it's pretty much done, right?
Yes.
You're still currently a police officer.
Yes.
Right? Dad's never going to stop. You're going to always be a dad,
ever.
Right? Church is always going to be a part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point right now, two things I want to ask you so that we can kind of just have this out here. First one, what do you feel is your next step, knowing all this stuff in your mind? That's the first question.
Wow, listen to that. That's a good one. Dang. What is my next step? I think really just we have a non-for-profit, COPS. It stands for Children Overcoming Police Stereotypes Through Sports. We're actually working on right now getting that in after-school programs, getting that for summer programs, and really, you know, initiating programming where, you know, kids on a daily basis can be interactive with police in a positive light.
Gotcha.
Whether that's help, we have different officers that'll be tutoring. We have different officers that'll be teaching basketball, soccer, whatever skills, and so that will be a major part that I'm doing. And also, you know, like we said, acting and getting into, you know, more acting and you know, things like that in TV and hopefully movies.
Got you. All right. Now the second part to this question, right, is knowing all this stuff and also knowing your step. What would you say is let's say the top 3 challenging things that you've experienced so far with getting to where you are now and also making this next step happen? What are 3 challenges?
Challenges for me, I think that one of mine is procrastination.
Okay.
I have a good team around me that helps me with that now.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like with me, I always, you know, pride myself in the job gets done, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but it'll drive the people around me crazy because I do it on my time. Now, when everybody sees the concert or like I've done live recordings, it all looks good to them. Like, man, that was amazing. But the people in my background, a lot of times are like, Mo, you drove us crazy because we could have had this ready 6 months ago and you did it 6 hours before the recording because that's how you can work. You know what I mean? I like, for me, I just feel like I thrive in chaos. You know what I'm saying? Everything begins to slow down, but you don't have to have chaos. You can just do things early. You know what I mean? So that also, you know, staying task driven, making sure that I stay on one task, you know, at that time. And, you know, once you deal with that task, even if you're not finished with it, then go on to the other one. But a lot of times I'm just everywhere. Okay, singing here, doing this program here, I'm talking here. Oh, I got to send off to that producer. You know what I mean? So like just staying on task is a big thing for me. That's one of the hardest things. And what's another thing? I think, and I've never talked about this, but sometimes, you know, the naysayers, when I'm trying to do something positive and I know I'm doing something, you know, for my community, just to, you know, empower all of us. Sometimes the naysayers and the negativity that does bother me sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I mean, I'm a man, and you know, like the reason why I took this job is because I was mistreated, and now, you know, some people, you know, will talk about me like I'm the one mistreating people, and that's not the case, or I'm a sellout, or, you know, whatever it may be. Those things affect me at times too.
Got you.
But that's what comes with being in the spotlight. You know how that is. You know?
Yeah. I said this the other day. I said a lot of times people don't understand. With success, there has its share of pain. You can't have success without the pain. You gotta have them both. It makes it worth living. It makes it worth your while to get that success because you have to go through all of that stuff to get it. Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
And this will lead to my last question that I have to ask you for this interview, right? There's somebody that's going to watch this interview, right? And they're also going to take a second. They're going to go back and they're going to research you from where you first started to where you're at now. And they may even like make some crazy scenarios in their mind. Like he might do this too next, you know, after he does this, right? what advice could you give to leave off with? Like right now, what in regards to this is what I want to be remembered as, or hey, this is my advice to you from everything that I have going on right now, all the hats I have to wear from being a dad to being a minister to being a singer and actor. This is my advice that I want to leave you off with for in regards to like a blueprint for you to get to where you want to.
So you asked a twofold question. But I answered both of them with the same thing. Be true to you. Be true to who you are. And that's one thing that I always prided myself in. I'm going to be Mo. You know, some people may not like it. Some people may think it's immature. Some people may think it's too mature. However you look at me, I'm going to be me, you know. And, you know, and who is Mo? I love hard. I care about people. And I like to laugh. I like to have fun. But, I mean, that's all that I'm just going to be me. And so I encourage people, you know, don't worry about what the internet is saying. Don't want to worry about what Instagram says. Don't worry about what TikTok says you should be. You be true to you. And, you know, I believe that a platform will be given just for you to do what you do. And people will love what you do and want to hear what you have to say because you're being true to you.
Yeah. Got you. Well, Mo, listen, I definitely appreciate your time, man.
No doubt.
I want to say this because like what I like to do is I like to take these interviews and then within the next 2, 3, even I try to do a 4-month period, right? I want to double back around just to see where you at now. Because I remember, like I said, I've asked you the questions. I know where you said you're going to be your next step. You know what I mean? I see where you at with what you've accomplished so far. So I definitely want to let you know now I'm going to be seeing you again within the next 2, 3, no more than 4 months to double back and say, okay, so what has happened?
What's going on now? That's cool. And before we go, man, my little sis, man, told me to give you a shout out, 𝙏𝙮𝙜𝙜𝙜. That's my girl. So
listen, 𝙏𝙮𝙜𝙜 was the first radio personality to give me a chance to be on a actual FM station. That's how
awesome,
deep it goes, man.
That's what's up. I mean, and that's what it's all about, bro. You know what I mean? Like if I can give anybody a platform through what I'm going through, I don't care if they go 1,000,000 times farther than what I go, but that's what it's all about for me. That's another thing. It's just always never be that crab in a barrel type person that's like, oh no, this is for me. You can't have it. No, hey man, you could sing better than me. Maybe you could sing the national anthem for them. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it's all about for me. So, you know, kudos to 𝙏𝙮𝙜𝙜, man. Like whenever I call her, like I actually, when I got the interview, I called her. I'm like, yo, you know, it's like, oh, that's my bro, man. Yeah, tell him I said, what's up? You know what I mean? And she actually said, you know, she was a little instrumental in, you know, getting you to where you are. So, I mean, she's very proud of that. And man, I'm proud of both of y'all, man. Keep grinding. And I'll meet y'all at the top. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. Listen, I appreciate you, bro. All right?
No doubt.
All right, later, man.
DJ Tygga Ty in the mix.